So let's begin with the last set for the CSET paper 2. Now this passage talks about poetry, and it says that unlike religion and science, poetry does not posit any belief in absolute truth, right? So it says that poetry is beyond the absolute truth, and that is what is the basic idea. It focuses on the plurality of life and existence, and therefore from the given passage, which is the most logical message that is conveyed, it does not say about imperfections in human, but it talks about that the truth is revealed through science or religion, and poetry is the enigma to the truth. So B is the correct option here. The next question talks about flower. So it says that flower is not there to please us. Everything in the world that is there has some function that is associated to it. So the function is the insect pollinating the plants, right? So that is what is conveyed in this passage. So what could be the assumption? The assumption is the author of the passage believes that flower are creation for luxury. No, the author for the passage does not believe in the usefulness of the flower except to think of beauty. That is totally wrong. So both 1 and 2 are incorrect in this case. Coming on next, here we have age of P and Q is less than 100 but more than 10 but less than 100. So more than 10 and less than 100, and the same holds true for Q. Now it says that if you interchange the digits of the age of P and Q, the number represents the age of Q. So I can say P I can have as 10A plus B, and Q I can have 10B plus A, right? Now the question says P is greater than Q. That is one statement. I have to find out the difference of the ages, right? Now the second statement is really important to help us with the first statement, would help us reach here. So the second statement says P plus Q is equal to 11 by 6 times of P minus Q, right? I substitute the values here. P plus Q is 11A plus B. So 11A plus B is equal to 11 by 6. This would be 9A minus 9B, right? When I solve this, I get the value of B is equal to 1 and A is equal to 5. Substituting A and B, I can have two values, 51 and 15. But I know P is greater than Q. So P would be 51 and Q would be 15. And with these two values, I can find out the difference of the ages. So both these statements would be required to find out the difference of the age. Why statement 1 is required? Because I have two values. Unless and until I know which one is greater, I cannot subtract it. So P would be 51 and Q would be 15 in this case, and then I can subtract the age and find out the difference in the age. So I get the answer as both the statements are required to solve this question. Now the next question is important. It says the main statement is Pradeep is either a director or a producer. Now it also says that the ordered pair should be such that the first statement implies the second. Okay, now if I am saying, let me take C as the case, right? So Pradeep is not a producer. That means Pradeep is what? Pradeep is a director. So with S, I can take P. Now when I take S and P, I can say Pradeep becomes a director. Now when I say Pradeep is not a director, I can say if Pradeep is not a director, in that case Pradeep would be what? Pradeep would be producer. So I can take a statement Q and R, and therefore both SP and RQ would be the correct option to get onto the main statement. I would require both, because from this I can say Pradeep is director, and from this I can say Pradeep is producer, and finally I can come on to my main statement which is given here. Let's move on to the next question. Here it is a simple replacement of the terms. So plus is replaced by minus. Minus is replaced by multiplication. Multiplication is replaced by division, and division is replaced by addition. So simply I have 10 minus 30 multiplied by 100 divided by 50 plus 25. Apply the BODMAS, solve this. So it becomes 10 minus 30 into 2 plus 25. So 10 minus 60 plus 25. Solving this, I get minus 25 as the answer. So minus 25 would be the right answer. Consider it carefully as you solve. Now A, B, is written as 24. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. I multiply this 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 is what? It gives me 24. E, F, G, H. So the next 5 letters, next 4 letters 5, 6, 7 and 8. I multiply them. I get what? I get 1680. Now I have I, J, K, L. So those are after H it is I. So 9, 10, 11 and 12. When I multiply these values I get 11880. So A becomes my correct answer here. The next question here is I have to find out the code. So POT is written as A top. So this becomes reverse order. TOP and I add A to it. Now trap is written as apart. So I am again adding A to it, but this becomes the reverse order. PART. So again this would become the reverse order and add A to it. So ANERA and add A to it. So that would be AANERA would be the correct option. So this would be the right answer. So D becomes the right answer here. The next sequence here is now this sequence is important. So 1, how does 1 come here? 1 cube plus 1 square plus 1 is 3. 2 cube, that is 8, plus 2 square, which is 4, plus 2, which is 14. Similarly, it goes for 3 cube plus 3 square plus 3. 4 cube plus 4 square plus 4. So 5 cube plus 5 square plus 5. So 125 plus 25 plus 5 would give me 155. So 155 would be the correct option for this case. Now coming on to the next question. This is a really interesting question. Understand this carefully. I have 5 codes and 5 numbers assigned to it. I have to identify which value is which, and then only I can say what is P plus R minus T equal to, right? So let me assume Q is, it's given Q minus S is equal to 2S. So Q is equal to 3S, correct? Now let me assume S is equal to 5. Now if I assume S is equal to 5, Q is what? 15. I have 5 and 15 which are gone from the series, right? Now T is equal to R plus S plus 3. Okay, S is 5. I substitute 5 here. So T minus R is equal to how much? Is equal to 8. This is 5 and this is 3. So 8. So T can be 12 and R can be 4, and then I can get the difference as 8. So T can be 12, R can be 4. So what can be P? P can be 10. From this I can have this. So now P is equal to 10. So P plus R minus T is how much? P is 10. 10 minus 4. 10 plus 4 minus T is what? 12. So I can have it as 2. That is correct. Now let me take another situation. If I take another situation, I take the numbers as S is equal to 4. Let's say I take S is equal to 4. Now if I take S is equal to 4, what is my Q? Q is my 12, right? So T minus R is how much? T minus R is 7. T minus R is 7. Now if I take T minus R is 7, I cannot, I'm gone with 4. I have gone with 12. These two numbers removed. Now I am left with just 5, 10 and 15. Difference of these three numbers cannot turn out to 7. So this combination cannot be possible. So here what would be the value of P plus R minus T is 2, because that is what we have determined from the given sequence. I hope this is clear. This was an interesting problem that we solved. So moving to the next question, this passage question talks about carbon dioxide and water being mixed into underground rocks, and here we can see that carbon dioxide turns into stone. So what is being explained in the logical way is a method of carbon sequestration. So 2 is the correct option here. The next question talks about the analysis of the satellite images shows the color of the ocean, and it talks about phytoplankton productivity, which is affected by two things. That first of all, the ocean surface has phytoplanktons, and then these phytoplanktons are responsible for storing carbon, and the second is they contain iron, which actually help in the further growth, and therefore to two things have been mentioned here. So based on the assumption, I can say giant iceberg have a bearing on the primary productivity. That is correct. And melting of the icebergs can produce climate change because they again enhance it and they can impact the fisheries. So both 1 and 2 can be a valid conclusion from this question. The next talks about evolution of caterpillar which feeds on corn. Now when it feeds on corn, it actually says that it has an ability to actually get to gain more weight and grow faster, and this causes more feces from the caterpillar. Now this could throw a new light on the fact that these caterpillars can be used to weed, to actually feed on the weeds and remove the weeds from the plantation. So this could be a possible application because it says that there could be a new light on the compound associated with plant in response to the pathogens like fungi or bacteria. So this can be a possibly correct option. The next question here is 32 raised to 5 and 2 raised to 27. So when you have 32 raised to 5, I can write it as 2 raised to power 5 raised to power 5. Okay. Now when I can write it like this, I can say this plus 2 raised to power 27. So I take 2 raised to power 25 as a common option. So this is 2 raised to power 25, right? So 2 raised to power 25, 1 plus 2 raised to power 2. So that is 2 raised to power 25 multiplied by 5. Now this I can say, I can take it in 2 raised to power 24 and this I can multiply by 2. Okay, so this would become 2 raised to power 24 multiplied by 5 into 2, that is 10. So it is divisible by 10. So 10 becomes the right answer here. The next question is P and Q are positive integers which satisfy that P is less than Q and P plus Q is equal to K. Now if I take K is equal to 3, okay, and I have P and Q, right? So my P can be 1, Q can be 2. I have P less than Q, okay, so this is the only unique combination I can have. When I have K is equal to 4, I can have this as 1 and 3, again only unique combination. If I take it K is equal to 6, what would happen? I can have 1 and 5 as one of the combinations and 2 and 3 as another combination, right? But 2 and 4 as another combination, right? Because I have to come at 6, right? But these are two unique values, not one. So it says which is the smallest value of K that would not determine P and Q uniquely. So 6 obviously does not determine. Let me check it with 5. So with 5 you have 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. So again it has two values. So again 5 would be the answer here because 5 is the smallest value of K which does not determine P and Q uniquely. I hope that makes it clear. Now these two questions are on basically direction problems. So a person walks 10 meters straight from the house. So let's say here is the house. This is north, south, east and west, right? So person walks 100 meters and then turns left and walks 100, then turns 3, then again turns left. So from here again left is up, so it would go up 300 meters, okay, and then he would turn right at 100 meters. So this is the direction he is presently in, which is northeast direction, that is this direction. So initially he started in which direction? Initially he started in the direction of south and therefore his office is in the northeast direction. So if he is initially walking in south, his office would be in the northeast direction. So south would be the right answer. Now this question, understand it carefully. A person walks westward 100 meters. So the person would walk 100 meters in this direction. Now takes a left and walks 100 again. So person reaches here. Now this is 100. Now understand the person is on the back and turns 225 clockwise. So that is the side the person would move, right? So I would take it in this turn. So reaching here is 180. It would go beyond 180 but less than 270. So it would be somewhere here. So what is this direction? this direction would be northeast direction. So don't go by this figure. This direction would be the northeast direction. So northeast would be the right answer here. Okay, coming on next, there is a statement that India is the world's largest producer of the milk. Now, based on this, can I say India is the world's largest exporter? No. India does not import, I cannot say. I'm only saying that we are one of the largest producers. I'm not sure about how much is being exported and how much is being imported. So neither conclusion 1 nor conclusion 2 follows in this case. Correct? Now, this is a question. There are values of m and n. M and n are natural numbers and these two statements are given, right? So m and n, the product is 24. What could be the possibilities? 1 and 24. I can have 2 and 12. I can have 3 and 8 and 4 and 6. Now ensure that m is greater than n. So this is m, this is n. So I take m into n, that is 24 in all the cases, right? But m plus n, it is 24, 14, 11 and 10. So only in one case m plus n is greater than mn and m greater than m. So m plus n greater than mn. In these three conditions it is less, and in this condition it is equal to. Okay, so which of the following statements are required to find out the values of m and n? So both these statements are needed to find out the values of m and n, right? So only in this case I can say that these values are needed to find out m and n. And again, in the first value also I have m plus n, sorry, so m plus n, it's not 24, 25. Avoid the confusion here. Okay, so m plus n is 25. 1 plus 24 is 25. So m plus n, 25 greater than 24 fulfilled, and m greater than n, 24 greater than 1 fulfilled. And then the product is 24 into 1, which is 24 fulfilled. So both the statements are required to solve this question. So both the statements are together required to solve this question. I hope this makes it clear, and here we are done with the 80 questions. Now if you feel you have been scoring average or above average, it's a right time to start your preparation for mains optional and your mains GS as well. So do visit the link below. If you have any questions, feel free to connect back. Thanks for joining in. Have a wonderful evening.